Hi, you guys. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Welcome to the Detox practice. Hi, Derek. Hi, Carlina. Hi, Biz. Chandrea PG, welcome back. Valerie. Alberto, thanks for joining us. Two vegan yogis representing from downtown LA. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Teddy. So the playlist should be up there on Spotify, everybody, if you're streaming along with the class. If you want to follow my live stream, it's on an app called Earbuds Music, but we would get you set up with that another time. So just follow along on Spotify if you'd like some music in the background. Kari, welcome. Can you hear me okay? Hey, let me know, you guys, if you can hear me. Just wanted to check in and make sure. Hi, cousin. And see, you guys got me on the volume. Anybody comment on the video? Just let me know that you can hear me. Oh, good, Kari. Yeah, I can only imagine your setup at your house. I bet we've got subwoofers, we've got lights. Maybe we need a photo that you can post and then I can share with everybody. And set up with any props that you may have. If you have a block, if you have a bolster, if you want to just use a pillow or a blanket or a towel. I know I'm repeating myself for those that are coming back every night. But this practice and the one at which we're going to restore, relax, and release, it's great to have things that you can put underneath your body and so that you can let your body and release the tension. Thank you, Derek. As far as setting up your volumes, you guys make sure you've got the volume on the video set so that you can hear me clearly and so you're not have to look back at the screen. And then set your volume on your music, which your music has to be on a separate device. So, and set your volume into your preference and so that you can hear me first and foremost, so you're not looking around, and that allow you to keep the practice inside. And then also have the music playing if you prefer that. If not, then you're just practicing without music. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start the playlist on the Earbuds Music app. Urban Detox Live, April 8th, 2020. Hi, Roz. Good evening. Alicia. Hi, Kate. And once you get your volume set, without rushing, but make your way lying down onto your back, we will start our practice in Shavasana this evening. Most of the time, I'd say 9 times out of 10, you're going to start pretty much any yoga practice and that is dealing with your physical body in Shavasana, and that's lying on your back flat. If you lie on your back flat and that's not so comfortable, you lie on your back and then bend your legs and so that your feet are flat. And it's going to shorten the creases of your hips and hopefully provide a little bit more comfort But if it's okay and you're just feeling it a little bit, let your legs go long. And try it out both ways. Something I wanted to offer to everybody tonight in regards to this practice that we're building, this relationship that we're building with Detox. We talk about love, and we talk about compassion, and we talk about feeling everything that we're feeling and holding space for others and being fully aware of what's going on in our world right now. And so what I'll offer you is the idea that, there are no limits to compassion. It's not like you can say, I'm full of compassion, there's no more compassion to experience. Compassion is expandable and beyond anything in any way that you can define it. At the end of most of the practices, I've been saying, be kind to each other, support each other. These are just words. But the thing about kindness is that in kindness, there are no enemies. There's no differential. There's no, I'm right and you're wrong. Kindness is just kindness. If somebody gets mad at you for being kind, you're still good. And so kindness and compassion, an entryway into feeling this loving awareness, deep loving awareness within yourself. And so I want to give you a minute or so to just let all of that settle in. If you've been fidgeting or if you've been moving around at all, now for the next minute, and please host stillness as your teacher. And let your breath be natural. You can close your eyes, but you don't have to. And feel your arrival on the mat this evening. I don't know about you guys, but the days have been feeling longer and longer. And so we are really slowing down. And that's a good thing. And so that was about a minute. And you can gently start to rock on the back of your head, side to side. Feel the muscles in your neck and around your throat. And move nice and slowly. And so you're just rolling the back of your head on the mat, one side and then back to the other. And then let your head come back to center, please. If your legs are not bent, please go ahead and bend your legs and I'll join you there. And so you're on your back and 2 feet on the floor. And then we're going to take your arms down by your sides, turn your palms down flat. And then lift your bum an inch or two, slide the back of the hands underneath your bum. And so you create like a diamond shape connecting your thumbs and your first fingertips together. And then you're going to place your sacrum down into that diamond shape. And so it's like the back of your hip bones and the top of your glutes are resting on your hands. Your arms can be slightly bent if you need to adjust your shoulders at all. And reset your head and then bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall apart here. And so you got the diamond shape of your hands and your sacrum resting in it. And then creating the diamond shape with your legs. And soften the inner thighs. And let your bottom lip soften. And feel the weight of your jowls and your cheeks. And close the eyes down. Your breath will settle pretty quickly here. And your heartbeat will also begin to slow down. You may have many, many worries and concerns and even real life problems going on right now, but yoga is not one of those. But the beauty of the practice and the relationship that you have with your practice is that you can exhaust. It's basically like talking to your best friend without talking at all. You can shed any heaviness and you can vent. And you can speak your truth. And if there's that rebuttal inside of yourself and the judgmental I, the ego coming back and saying you are or you aren't, and simply observe that and continue to settle into the postures tonight. I gave you a frame sense of a minute earlier in the practice, and for the poses tonight, we'll be holding them from 3, sometimes 5, sometimes even 7 minutes long. And so don't worry about when the pose is ending. And sit with the vibrations and the sensations and the thoughts and the energy of the moment as deeply as you can. And when I go silent, just go ahead and appreciate that space, and you'll hear my voice, and I'll call you back gently, and so you don't have to worry about what's coming next. There's a massive benefit. Even though we're virtual, you still don't have to worry about what's coming next, and for 1 hour of your day. If you've yet to experience the softness on your face, keep relaxing your belly. And feel the weight in your back and your shoulders grounding you into the floor. And at least take this next minute to get as soft as you can. And through your front body and from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Take 3 deep breaths here, you guys. Let the exhales go out of your mouth, no rush. Okay, go nice and slow as you begin to bring your knees back up towards each other. And you'll feel the lengthen that you've created into your hip creases and your inner thighs as your feet come flat. And then put a little bit of weight down into your feet, and so you can slide your hands out. And then cactus your arms, and so that you bring your arms up. Elbows as high as your shoulders, forearms parallel to each other. The counter pose is going to be to keep your legs bent, but separate your feet so they're mat width or wider. And then let your knees turn in towards the middle. If you've got a massive amount of internal rotation through your hips, your feet are really wide. If you don't, and these are your bones, not your flexibility, then just bring your feet in a little bit closer so that your knees can touch. And feel the weight into your feet, relax the muscles in your legs. And remember, there are no limits into the practice of compassion. It's ever expanding. And relax your jaw here. It might feel good. And to wiggle your jaw slowly side to side. And keep feeling your back heavy, space in your chest. You might have a little space in between your lips. And little to no expression on your eyes. And see if you can pick up the feeling and the beat of your own heart as you lie relatively still here. Draw your attention to your heart center and then take an inhale. And go ahead and release, exhale all the air out of your lungs. And firstly, bring your arms back down by your sides. And feel that change in the orientation of your shoulder. And then you can start to separate the knees apart. And heel toe, walk your feet together. And so your body comes into its midline. Let both legs go straight. And kick down through your heels, flex your ankles. And with your arms by your sides, turn your palms into your outer thighs as though you were standing like a soldier. And the flexion in your ankles, the palms pressing into your thighs. And put a little draw, strength into your belly. And then nice and slowly, just the head, roll your chin towards your chest. And keep your legs strong, draw your belly in, take your hands behind your head. And not the shoulders, only the head. And gently draw your chin towards your chest. Keep pulling your navel down. You might get a little crack in your cervical spine and your neck. And keep your legs strong and then gently roll your head back down onto the ground. And once you get to all fours, you're going to keep the heel tucked in underneath the bum. So just slide your right knee up behind your right wrist. And keep the heel tucked in underneath the bum. So the heel's not turning in or out. And then slide your left leg back straight. Okay, if you get jamming sensation into your right hip crease, and put a little pillow or something in between your thigh and your chest. Okay, without a jamming sensation. And then you can start to bring yourself down onto your elbows. And the key here is that the heel is tucked in underneath the bum. And that's on the setup. And so it's like doing wind relieving and with gravity. And then letting your belly and your chest soften over your thigh. And try to avoid rocking off to one side or the other with your hips. And then begin to rest here. If you're really feeling the muscles in your neck tonight, then you can always stack your fist or use a block. And then rest your forehead, your third eye center, onto your top thumb. And you might feel some things moving around in your belly. I encourage you to release, and you're compressing into your internal organs in the ascending colon of your digestive system. If it's really gnarly, in place, and so that you can settle into the sensation, but never sit in the agony. You should clarify physical pain. Remain still. And feel the release in your jaw, the back of your teeth. Your breath is natural. Your lips can have space in between them. And you're chilling here. You can feel yourself dropping in deeper and deeper. Your willingness to let go is again to engage with the teacher of stillness. And if your mind's not there yet, it's okay. And stay in the position, stay on your mat. Because remember, you have no idea what's coming next. With your forehead rested, let's begin to lift the forehead an inch either off the ground or off your top fist. You feel a breath cycle there. And then nice and easy, you can start to make your way up onto your right hand. And then back up onto your left hand. Things will be achy. As you come up onto your hands, keep your right leg as it is. And plant your 10 fingertips into the mat. And then a little counter stretch and roll your shoulders down. And feel a lift in through the spine. A gentle back bend. And go ahead and take the deepest breath that you can into your chest and your heart muscle right now. As you exhale, just take your gaze back to the mat. And you're going to bring the weight into your right shin to slide your left knee forward. And then set your hands as you set your hips back into a tabletop. And you can slide your right leg back slowly and curl your toes into the mat. And just let your head drop with your toes tucked. And feel the release down your right side. And with your right leg back and your left knee down, it might feel good to make a couple clockwise circles with your hips. yourself back to center and right knee down onto the ground. And we'll set up the other side. So all you do is slide your left knee towards the back of your left wrist and keep the heel tucked in underneath the bum. And that's the key to this setup. Heel tucked under the bum, and then let your right leg go back straight. And it's kind of sweet because your right leg is getting the counter stretch and from what it was doing previously. And so your left leg is folded like an accordion, and then start to make your way down onto your elbows. And the left side of your belly internally is your descending colon of your digestive system. And if you get that jamming sensation right into your hip, that's your bone. And put a little blanket or a pillow between your thigh and your chest, and then let your belly soften down into it. I mentioned in one of the first detox classes that we started doing during this quarantine, I said a lot of the things that you're going to hear and guided are completely going to contradict the other classes that you've taken, like vinyasa classes. I mean, never would you hear it's okay to jam the bones together, but this in part is getting us deeper into the compression around the joints. Connect. If you're feeling this a lot in your neck, and stack one fist on top of the other. And even if you're not, go ahead and try it. And rest your forehead, third eye center, on your top thumb. And feel that connection relax the face. It's what's interesting about connection. One deep connection can relax a lot of things about ourselves and then therefore about each other. It's through connection and through union, and these words translate yoga. And now that you're set, go ahead and practice stillness. If you're sitting here and you've got the mind that wants to pick things apart and judge them as right or wrong, please understand this is a byproduct of our culture up to this point, but I have a feeling that's going to be changing. And conditioning has always taught us and that we have to do better, that we need to be more successful, and that you have to be the best in whatever it is that you might be doing. Well, how about simply falling in love with yourself and exploring the deepest sense of compassion, and exploring your passion, and then doing whatever it is that you do as consistently as you possibly can without any measurement of success being applied. Don't be surprised if you feel some things moving around. Keep relaxing the face, soften the jaw. Let's observe about 5 more breaths on this side. And you can keep your eyes closed. You'll feel more. Hover your forehead an inch off of the ground or off of your fist. And then go ahead and slowly make your way back up onto your left hand. And then back up onto your right hand. And keep your legs as they are and a little counter stretch as the shoulders roll down and the heart lifts up. A little back bend. And then soften your gaze back down and bring some weight forward and start to slide your right knee forward. You can keep the head heavy, and then you can just go ahead and straighten your left leg behind you. And left leg and right knee stay where they are, but you can make some counterclockwise circles with your hips. And then as you come back to center, bring your left knee back down onto the ground. And if you want a pillow or a block in between your feet to sit on, you can do that. Otherwise, and sit straight back onto your heels. So just sitting on your shins like this is actually a really good way, if you have flat feet, and to increase the arches of your feet. And you can just sit on your shins. Okay, first here tonight, and you're going to make gentle fists with both of your hands. And then put your knuckles, kind of like your middle finger knuckle, and right into the center soles of your feet. And push your knuckles down. Keep your hips heavy. And as you feel your chest up, and gaze down your chest. You just want to feel some of that sensation waking up the soles of your feet. And then start to relax that and bring your right hand around in front. Okay, spread your right fingers wide. Lean to the left, lift your right knee, and take the cap of your right knee into the palm of your right hand. And so it's the back of your hand. Setting into the mat. You might have to reset the knee, and then you're going to take the left hand, spread the fingers. And your head settle down. And you should feel this in your hands, in your wrist, and best you can. And keep the jaw loose. Accountable. And to stay in this pose. Hold on to anything. And this pose will start to speak to you, so let it. Position of feeling and waking up, right? And thrusting empty as gently as you can. And slide one hand out and then the other hand out. You can drop down. Feel a few deep breaths into your low back. You may have some incredible feelings of joy coming over you right now. There's that shit you were holding on to in your voice, and that you now realize you don't have to. There's that conditioning and the idea of measuring our success as a human being, in which you don't have to do anymore. So go ahead and take a deep breath, and on your exhale, sigh to release. And then slowly make your way back up onto your left hand. And make your way back up to your right hand. Okay, lift the hips just a bit and swing your feet out to the right. And roll off onto your left hip. Bring both legs in front of you. And you should feel good to let your legs go straight. You can just slide your hands behind your knees or hands behind your calves. And if you're okay behind the calves, slide your hands in behind your ankles, relax your toes. If this is really tight for you and you have a block or a pillow, you can just put that underneath your bum, and so that you're elevating your hips and then rolling your pelvis forward and letting your torso spill out of your pelvis. And you note that you're not pulling with your arms, and you're actually just letting the weight of the legs and connect to the hands and create a little bit more space through your back. And close the eyes, relax the chin. And some of you that can really just fold yourselves in half. You take your arms across and behind your knees, and you're pretty much a belly to thighs and forehead to shins, and just rest there. And everybody else, little by little, as the space continues to open up, and continue to fold forward. Pretty much everybody, your head and the tension through your neck is holding your head up. Let gravity win and watch the sensations change. And when you lower your chin all the way into your chest, and check this out.
Keep falling, keep releasing. We got about 2 more minutes. If you've never been in a passive forward fold for 4 to 5 minutes, and then let this be a brand new experience in your life. As is the teaching, and when you're connecting in moments, it's always brand new. You have opened up the back of your spine as wide as it's going to open up tonight. You can use just a little draw to your belly and start to slide your hands back to support you. And close. You just begin to roll your torso back up. And so you're stacking one vertebra on top of the next. And the release of all the muscles in your belly allowed you to get to that point, into that depth, into this feeling, and eventually into a lightness and an expansion of compassion from your heart center. Okay, our counter pose is going to be to simply lie down onto our back, and so use your hands. You can slide your bum forward a little bit if you need to and make your way down onto your elbows. And start to make your way all the way down onto your shoulders. You should feel your low back and your middle spine. And then just let your big toes fall out. Rest your hands onto your belly. It might feel nice to take a deep breath and a light sigh. You can take care of any feelings in your low back, and we're going to do a relax. Keep your upper body heavy. Let's slowly Notice how slow your breathing is. You notice how expanded your mind feels. And just go ahead and slide your right leg back down. And let it feel right. Observe the balance through your body from your power center, and relaxing your core. And bring your arms down by your sides with your palms facing up. And if you need to reset your shoulders or your head, please do that. And if you'd like to cover your eyes, please do that. And we'll start to walk you and guide you into your final Shavasana this evening. And feel the softness in the soles of your feet, and softness in the palms of your hands. A difference in the energy that you're feeling and what you're entertaining with your mind right now. If there's anything that connects us all together, you guys, is the breath bad ever happened? You? Last breath that you will take and before you die. In every state of mind and through any challenge, that's it, one light. And to shine it as brightly as we possibly can. And to be here for one another. And you are welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you would like. And continue to absorb this practice. And take it with you into your sleep, and I hope to see all of you in the morning and for our 10 a.m. practice, and to continue our ritual of expanding space. And Thank you all so much, and have a beautiful rest of your evening into a beautiful morning. Namaste.